Hey everyone, let's talk about Infomocracy by Malka. I listened to the audiobook and I got it because I heard Elizabeth from Books and Pieces talk about it. But of course, when I started listening to it, I had already forgotten what she said about it and what it was about and what I was interested in. So going into it blind as usual. And in the beginning of the audiobook, I honestly didn't know what was going on. I was confused for the first 5, 6, 7 chapters. It was fascinating, nevertheless, so that's why I kept listening and listening to huge chunks of it. The narration is done super well, and the story just keeps you giving information about an election that is going on. You meet all these people that are working or are connected with the election. You have a debate and campaigning and a lot of things, and the world is set in the future, and there is a micro-democracy, so the election is for the whole world. And it's all a little bit confusing. And especially when I listened to it the first time, I was just like, I'm not sure I know what this is all about. And I was confused about the story. But then 2 of the main characters, Ken and Mishima, meet. And from then on, I understood the story a little bit better, and I was a little bit more invested in it because I liked those 2 characters the most, and because I liked how they act together and how they interact and how it is not only about them but it's still about the election. And as I listened on, more and more of the story became clear and fascinating. I'm still confused about the world. The world building is just, it's there, it is explained, but I'm not very good at understanding it, but it's very political and it's feels a little bit like a thought experiment on micro-democracy, but it's still well done. I liked it. The most fascinating aspect I find about this book is that when I stopped it, I started listening to it again immediately. And a lot of the things that I didn't really pick up on the first time I listened to the first chapters, I understand better now. So that is something I rarely do, but this book is just fascinating that I'm going to listen to it again. What I really like about Infomocracy is the way how it is written. It is action-packed and slow and informative at the same time. And it really strikes a well balance. And like I said, I really like Ken and Mishima and how they are together and how they interact. But what I really liked about them is how the author gives them Kopfkino. And I've mentioned this on Twitter the other day, and I've been trying to explain Kopfkino the whole time ever since. Kopfkino is a German word that we use when we talk about the movies that play in our head, oftentimes involuntarily, when you can't sleep and you can't turn off that stupid thing you said to your boss, or that conversation you think you should have had with that one person or any person or whatever. It's all these things that you really can't have any control of, or where your imagination runs away with you, where you think like, if I do this, I'm gonna be the hero and I'm gonna save the world. And that is Kopfkino, when your brain starts making up all these scenarios. And she uses that in the story so wonderfully that I just fell in love with that. I don't know, this story is super fascinating, it's complicated, it's really probably more in it than I got out of it. But I liked the interactions of the people the most. So, if you have listened, read, or know about Infomocracy, tell me in comments what you think, and if not, it is a fun book. Just pick it up. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.